much on my mind, I ain't even really sleeping lately. I said some things I didn't mean, I know I did too much. What's love if we can't get into it, turn around and make up? You kept it solid from the beginning, baby, you my day one. You caught me in a lie, look back up at you like I'm dumb. I had to make you my girl, you ain't afraid to speak up. No matter where we are, who it is, you still gon' tee up. Go through withdrawals when we if I get back together, yeah. You stay 10 toes down, now you can kick your feet up. I had to boss you up, I had to level up myself. I did some growing up. I'm doing better for myself, but I still need you. More than ever. I need you more than ever. I know that I've been in trouble. No, I need you more than ever. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I need you more than ever. I got a laundry list of the shit you done did for me. God put out a rib for me. She pushed out a kid for me. When I'm gone, you hold down the crib for me. You know you ain't last in no prison. You told me straight up, you ain't doing no bid for me. The Lord, he bless you with common sense. Too many good bitches behind the fence. For lying to bed, for niggas that climb in bed. With daddies surviving. Catch me a body, I'll make you a promise. You won't know about it. I can't get you caught up in messes I made. Love you forever. When we turn like 50, I'm still gonna have all of your messages saved. Purple emojis with horns on it like the devil, but ain't nothing devilish, babe. In fact, it's a heaven's a thing. Black angel with the regular name. Strangers I can never contain. My passion for you, I'm grabbing on you. In public, I know that you love it. I'm trying to put one more little boy in your stomach. No front and I keep it 100. If you was to leave me, I know I'm gon' plummet. Know I'm gon' plummet. More than ever. I need more than ever. I know that I'm in trouble. I need you. I need you. More than ever.
All right, and that was Dolla featuring J. Cole, and welcome to the Council on the Clutch podcast, episode number 19. I'm joking. All right, welcome to the Council on the Clutch podcast. Welcome to the Council on the Clutch podcast, episode number 19. I'm your boy Kyle. Today I'm joined by Q.
Yep.
SP.
Yep.
And Rory.
Yo, in the building. You already know.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this started. We're running a little bit late tonight, so it's going to be a quick podcast. So we're going to go ahead and start with the NBA updates. Toronto just tied their series 2-2 with the Bucks. Who y'all got winning that series?
Give me the Greek Freak in 6, please.
In 6. So you saying they're going to win the last 2 games?
Yeah, I got them winning the last 2.
You just a hater.
Nah. I really think Giannis, he really is the best player in the league at the current time. And they playing some good basketball.
Might mute this nigga.
No, they playing.
Did I tell a lie?
Hey, how he playing the best basketball? He just scored only 12 points the last game that they played.
Yeah. Everybody can't score 50 a night, bro.
All right.
Everybody not Timmy Duncan.
But SP, who you got?
What? Man, that nigga. Hey, he was a vegetable his last season in the league.
Better than any player on your favorite team.
Shit, he ain't better than Bird, nigga.
Tim Duncan way better than Bird. What you mean?
You must not know Larry Bird, bro. You need to Google that man. I know. Okay.
You tripping.
Now I know Larry Bird's prime was before our time, but bro, you need to Google that man, bro.
Larry Bird was a good player in his generation, but he not doing nothing with
bro. This man won the 3-point contest with his left hand, and he's right-handed. Like, what do you mean? He scored 30 plus points in a game with his left hand, and he is right hand dominant.
In the post though, I don't care what you talking about. Left hand, right hand, no hands. He ain't messing with Timmy in the post.
Okay. He's not in the best power forward, but I digress.
Who better?
There's quite a few. There's quite a few that I can name other than Karl Malone. But hey.
Hell no. Tim Duncan, the best power forward of all time.
He did what now?
He benefited from the Admiral and from Parker and Ginobili.
He did what?
He benefited from the Admiral, one of the best centers of all time.
Oh, so you saying his teammates were beneficial to his success?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, all right. They were advantageous to his career advancement.
just caught on to that. He repeated it too.
He just got that.
With it. Yes, he benefited from the arrow.
Chill, man. It's late, man. It's late. He ain't all the way there
11,
right now.
It's 11-2, so SP might be on some other stuff. So, SP, who you got winning the series?
Oh yeah, he wild at the 11.
I got the Bucks in 7.
All right, who you got, Q?
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. It should keep going back and forth. Hopefully the Bucks, because I feel like they'll give Golden State a better finals than Toronto. So I guess I'll go with the Bucks in 7.
Cool. All right. Well, speaking of Golden State, they just beat the
Swept.
All right. So James Harden and
This guy.
Chris Paul.
Let's make sure we use the right
All right.
words.
So moving on. James Harden and Chris Paul.
They got swept. They swept the Portland Trailblazers.
Again, James Harden and Chris Paul. They both lost in the playoffs.
Dame Dolla's my man and all, but
so Q just
the stage is too big for Portland Trailblazers.
Niggas got the ESPN app. They saw it.
The stage is too big
Rockets,
for Portland.
They lost to Golden State.
Goddamn, we could do this all night.
James
we
Harden and Chris
We
Paul.
could do this all night. Goddamn, Portland led more than goddamn Golden State and still got swept. How does that happen?
Anyway,
how does that happen? Iggy didn't even play last night.
Chris Paul.
How does that? Roy, SP, y'all got anything to say about the Golden State Portland series?
No, nothing other than it was expected. I mean, I ain't expect them to get swept. I ain't expect them to get swept. But I mean, granted, that last game, I feel like that was Portland's opportunity not to get swept, and they folded. So hey, it is what it is. But I definitely expected them to get their ass whooped, whether it be in 5 or whether it be in 6.
I figured they would have snuck at least one game, man.
Right. That's I'm
let alone the stat literally came out. The shit said they led for 101 minutes, and Golden State led for 83 minutes.
Well, that really don't mean nothing at the end of the day because basketball is a game of runs,
ups and downs. But still, that was up. I think 15 or 17 in all 4 games, or 2, 3, and 4. One of the two.
But Golden State makes third quarter runs. But anyway,
you said what?
They make third quarter runs every game.
So the stage is too big for Portland. That's why I think this boiled down to.
Speaking of stages being too big,
this nigga.
Anyway, yeah. So speaking of stages being too big, that was actually a good segue. Speaking of stages being too big, Chris Paul and James Harden flopped to get in the playoffs. How does this affect their legacy, if at all? SP, what you got?
I think it affects Harden's legacy a lot more than CP3. CP3 is a bit washed, and people are just now coming to the realization of that, I believe, especially with this series, even though, I mean, that's been occurring maybe the last 2 or 3 seasons. His best opportunity, honestly, not to get off on a tangent, but his best opportunity was when he was with New Orleans, even though he didn't have the pieces, and then they tried to trade him to LA. Had he been traded to LA, they probably would have won a championship. But the NBA, as we know, blocked that. So that kind of, I feel like, put a damper on his ability to, or his opportunity anyway, to win a championship. Nevertheless, I don't think his legacy necessarily is going to be as tainted as Harden as a result of what happened. At this point, Harden's just known as a regular season player who produces, as I said, he's the Peyton Manning of the NBA, essentially, until he wins.
Peyton Manning got 2
Well,
Super Bowls.
I was about to get to that. Until he wins a ring. Until that point, he's the Peyton Manning prior to Peyton Manning winning those rings in the regular season. The same prestige and allure that was tagged to Peyton Manning during those times is going to be tagged to James Harden. Maybe even worse.
All right, Roy?
Nixon?
All right, Q.
No, hold on. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. This is what we're about to do.
This man really. Well, you have reached the voicemail of.
Did he say something in the intro?
Yeah, but late.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
This is how you people do you. Like SB said, I don't think Chris Paul legacy gonna really be affected by it all too much. Ain't nobody really checking him for Chris Paul, like throwing him in that top 5 category where you got to look at stuff like this. Harden is different because of how, especially the last 2 years, how well he's played and the numbers that he puts up. So when you put numbers up like that and you don't produce like he hasn't the last however long they've been in the playoffs the last couple of years, it's like he said, it's kind of like you turn into a regular season player, and all that's fine and dandy. It's almost like same as he in the same boat as Westbrook. As you just a regular season player, and then the playoffs come, it's just like y'all flop out. So I think it's gonna hurt him a little bit if he don't win at all, like never win a championship. It's gonna hurt him in this that will we place him at as far as the top shooting guard all time list. But if he somehow miraculously pull 2 or 3 out over the next couple of years, that'll help him out. But if not, he gonna be out back with as far as what we rate him at for a shooting guard all time. Roberts.
I don't think it affects it because I don't see either one of them as anyone that could lead their team to a championship. So I don't think it really affects. I don't look at them two as people that I see as championship caliber players, honestly, just because of their style. And playoffs, they pretty much choke. Both of them Chris Paul always get hurt in playoffs, but James Harden always chokes in playoffs in the big moment. So it's really nothing. That didn't really affect me at all. I wanted them to win, but that loss didn't really affect their legacy in my eyes. Going to go ahead and move over to the next subject here. We got suspensions in the NBA. Well, more so dismissal in the NBA, and then we got a suspension in the NFL, both for going against the drug policy. So we got Tyreek Evans, who would you call him a journeyman at this point? Because he's been bouncing around the league for a little bit.
Yeah,
Basically.
Yeah, but he's been dismissed from the league. I've only ever heard this one other time, and that was OJ Mayo, but he's been dismissed for the violating the anti-drug program. I don't know what he was doing. I couldn't find any information on what he failed or anything like that. But then you got Patrick Peterson, who was suspended for 6 games in the NFL for performance enhancement drugs. So what's your take on drug usage in sports, and also your feelings on these guys get suspended and dismissed and suspended?
Oh, what's good?
Drug
Since
use.
don't nobody want to talk about it, I mean, Tyreek Evans.
Oh no, we are not fucking doing that, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
And he raised his hand and you can't see, but he raised his hand.
No, you're not just gonna come back. You're not just gonna come back in and not explain yourself.
I had technical difficulties. My laptop shut down.
It didn't.
So anyway, Tyreek Hill, whenever they don't release information about it, he probably was on crack or some type of actual like doping drug. Because if it's performance enhancers or any of that stuff, they'll let you know and tell you about it.
Yeah, he had to be on some street drugs.
Had to be on a street drug.
Tyreek,
and it probably wasn't weed.
Tyreek Evans, but carry on.
I said Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, you did.
My bad.
You got more technical difficulties.
Tyreek Hill be beating kids, so
Dang, that's messed up. Allegedly.
But then Pat P, I think Pat P he probably gonna beat his, because that man had bad diabetes like 2 years ago, so he probably on some type of drug that's really not a performance enhancer, or something he got to take to live.
But he won't fight in the public though. He was just like, yeah, I don't want my name being mentioning that, I feel bad. I apologize. So he's not even saying he ain't do nothing.
That's why I think.
So I don't think he's gonna fight
That's
it.
why. Well, yeah, he might not fight it. Plus, he old, so he probably won't.
No, he not. Dog, he's 27.
Bro, he old. League wise, 27 is a long. He got in the league at 20.
No, he's 27. No, that ain't old in real life.
I'm talking league wise. Yeah, of course, real life. But when you've been playing football that long, bro, he not mad at that 6 weeks. I promise you that.
I'm pretty sure he not. But you said he old.
But at the same time, he had diabetes.
And he played corner, dog. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
but you remember that like 2-3 years ago when he was on the ESPN special, and they were talking about how his body was getting deformed because his blood pressure was so crazy.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So whatever he taken, it was probably to fix that. Because the NFL drug policy in the NFL crazy. Like you could take too much Tylenol and fail the test probably.
Yeah, I know everybody use GNC as an excuse.
Yeah, because I didn't know this till it happened to me, but in the NCAA, Red Bull's illegal.
Too much caffeine?
I don't know. It's the bull urine, I think, or testosterone. Something in there that boosts your testosterone in Red Bull.
Right, I didn't even know that was in there. I thought that was a myth.
No, I believe it because I almost failed the test for it.
Definitely, I think it's supposed to be bull semen.
It's what?
It's bull semen.
It's something in there that boosts your testosterone through the roof.
Poor Coach came, he said, "Pooch."
Because my first test, they flagged it, but then my second one, it wasn't high. Because I had a Red Bull like 6 weeks prior to the test or something like that.
6 weeks?
Yeah, I was online, so I was taking Red Bulls to live.
How the hell was it still in your system after 6 weeks?
I'm guessing it boosts your testosterone levels.
That's what I'm saying. How was your levels high from the Red Bull specifically after 6 weeks?
Yeah, I was drinking them shits on the regular, so I don't know. You didn't hear the part where I said I was online at the time.
You must have been a week, but all right.
No, I meant 6 because once I crossed, we didn't get tested to the end of the semester.
Apparently, there's no truth to the claims of bull semen or bull sperm, and bull semen or bull urine in Red Bull, according to the Googles.
Something in it that elevates your levels.
I don't know, man. It's probably something else that you was doing online.
This is probably some technical difficulties they was having.
Yeah. No, we got them out the way.
Yeah.
All right, but
Quick in and out, but it's all good.
Speaking of the NCAA, NCAA is thinking of possibly, hypothetically, maybe,
potentially,
if the day happens, they might feel like letting players profit off their likeness. AKA, for the folks who don't know what that means, basically, you won't get in trouble for signing autographs. You could potentially bring back the EA Sports NCAA football game and actually get paid for being on the game. Because currently right now you can't make any money off your own likeness. A lot of schools have been getting popped for that recently. They said they're going to make a committee. The committee should include presidents of universities, current student athletes, and people from the NCAA to try to figure out what's going to be the best way to implement this strategy. Also, they said, and the key point to this here is it's going to be It's going to be tied to education. So, only thing I can take out of that is probably having some sort of trust when you graduate or some certain time period after you should have been done with school. But what's y'all take on the NCAA potentially, hypothetically, possibly, if they felt like allowing people to profit off their own likeness? Y'all think it's going to happen, or?
Yeah, at some point, I don't know once they figure out how they can make more money off of the kids making money, then they'll let it happen. So I feel like that's the only thing we're waiting on now. Once they figure out how to monetize the kids making money, so they can make more money on top of the billions they already make.
You can compare that to marijuana being legalized on a federal level from that sense, in which Cuba's yourself. So it's all about figuring out how they can corner the market, and then after that, open it up.
It's gonna they probably looking at it like, all right, if these kids making money from these people, then the schools got to get a cut, and then the schools got to get a cut, and the NCAA get a cut from the school, and everybody getting a cut of the money from the kid.
That's 100% what they trying to do, Q.
So that's what they trying to figure out, and once they figure that out, then they'll let kids get the money, and then they're like, yeah, well, we're giving y'all the money, and then come to find out they didn't double the NCAA's total revenue.
Double
what they
though.
used to
They're gonna revenue. I said revenue. I'm tired. They're gonna generate billions just off that.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
In a perfect world, you'd be able to basically have to report everything. You know how you have to do like the what is it called when you go somewhere for work and gotta bring back paperwork or everything spent? Stipend, yeah. If they have some type of system where basically you gotta document every fund you get, and somehow it gets paid to the NCAA of your trust or whatever goes into this quote unquote educational tied back portion. That would be like the best way so the athlete can pretty much keep track of everything they're doing versus NCAA touching it. And that's probably what's happening right there. I just saw the whole stand move.
Oh,
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So technically you do it.
That didn't point. That didn't NCAA.
Yeah. So yeah, any other comments on that?
Nah, y'all was pretty accurate. They just waiting to figure out how to legally rob them.
Yep.
Trying to make more money off their hoes.
I do hope they bring NCAA back because that was the best game EA Sports ever had.
Yo,
easily.
Crazy thing, ESPN. I say ESPN. Shoot, I'm tired. EA said that they actually were open to paying players a long time ago.
Yeah.
But the NCAA
I saw that.
just didn't want to do it. So
because they still ain't found out how to monetize it for themselves shit.
Yeah. Yep. But if they do somehow bring the game back, EA got to pretty much hire a whole new staff just to get them back.
Nah, they need to find everybody that used to do it and get them exact same people.
Well, that's what I mean. They got to rehire them because most of them probably either
keep the niggas from Madden away from it.
Yeah. Definitely got to keep them from Madden.
Keep the motherfuckers away from the game.
Or that first year, they can just remaster 14 and update everything.
That's
all they got.
Everybody would be happy. Everybody would be happy with that.
And then about a year or two later, just start figuring everything.
All we want to do is recruit. That's it. That's all. That's it. All we want to do is recruit.
And take a 1-star program to the Big East.
That's it.
To the Big East, though.
Hey, you take a 1-star to the ACC or something, you might be in for a long dynasty.
It's gonna be a rough couple first years.
You said what?
It's gonna be a rough couple first years.
Yeah.
Unless you create your dude and recruit him and he comes to school.
But you bring it in with 2-star recruits, boy. You ain't in real life impossible to win with a 2-star against them 5-star teams.
Hey, get the game ain't set up like that.
It ain't.
As long as you stay away from Alabama, you good.
You got to find you legit 4 trick plays just to get the ball for past the first down marker any chance.
They ain't gonna miss NCAA, man.
Hey, it's crazy. A couple of my teammates and a couple of the guys on the coaching staff, they actually went and bought PS3s and been playing, or PS2s. I'm sorry, we on PS4, so PS3, and been playing NCAA 14 in the online dynasty because it still updates. It still works on the server.
Yeah. Shit, I seen some guys modded Madden last year's Madden they basically made it into NCAA as far as like they got 30 teams. Maybe got the jerseys, the stadiums, and all that, and modded the whole game to run.
Oh, that's lit.
It still run like Madden, but it's with
PC.
NCAA teams.
I ain't gonna lie though, if NCAA could play with Madden's gameplay, that shit would have been fire back in the day.
Nah. Madden gameplay is trash compared to NCAA.
Yeah.
Not like
NCAA.
2011, 2012 though.
Nah, that's why I said keep Madden away from. If they bring it back, keep everything Madden away.
NCAA has always been a better game than Madden to me, honestly, because it's
the real life engine and all the extra stuff that they got. I don't know that ain't.
You right.
We good.
It was I didn't start playing NCAA again until 14 when they got rid of Madden or when they got rid of it.
Yeah. Yo, what used to trip me out is like the momentum.
Oh yeah. It was real.
That jump, man. Yeah.
It was real.
Man, you mess around, you have no momentum. Bust like a 30-yard run. Even that junk out, game get way easier.
Yeah.
But
it was
good memories.
NCAA legit was it was a strategy within a strategy. You had to recruit, had to set your roster, make sure you fulfilled your promises. That joke got me hyped just thinking about it, bro. They got to bring it back.
I used to make the road to glory and just try to make like a undersized safety and just try to see who's gonna pick him up. I used to always end up like BYU though.
Sounds
in
about
Utah.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out. That's what happened when you try to make the player your real size.
See, I never was able to get them to Madden. I'd always lose interest by like year 2 because you break all them records your first year, and I was like, man, I don't feel like playing this shit no more. But the dynasty portion of it was what kept me.
I forgot what NCAA was, but I think I still got a picture on my phone. I I think 20 seasons.
Yeah, sound about right.
But
you're
the
like
first
Vinny.
But first couple seasons was me playing, and then the last of them was just me simulating to the end of the year, and just doing the recruiting because that's all I really wanted to do was recruit.
Nah, speaking of NCAA, boy, I remember freshman year. I ain't never seen this nigga cute as mad. Nigga was hitting with the pump fake glitch.
Oh, that was NCAA?
That was NCAA.
Bro,
I came back to the room. This nigga said, "Yo, I don't care who it is.
Bro,
I don't care if it's a 7-year-old kid. I'm gonna find this nigga. I'm gonna beat him."
Bro, I would have fought whoever that was. I ain't never been so mad in my life.
They was hitting with the pump fake glitch.
It was like a pump fake glitch. So buddy, he'll drop back, and when he pump fake, it'll make my whole defense fall to the ground.
Oh yeah,
Man, that joke was funny.
And then
this nigga was legit.
And the bad part is he was trash. So it was like he was doing that on offense, so he'll score. But then I come back and score.
Yeah.
But dog, I ain't never been so mad. I almost pushed the bookshelf, not bookshelf, but the dresser.
Was the armoire?
Yeah, yeah. I almost pushed that shit over.
Nigga almost killed people. Like,
bro, I have never been so mad in my life.
Because cats be like, I like playing football. I don't want you. If I know everybody know we can use glitch plays, but bro, I like people that actually play like they playing a real game.
Nah,
that's why I stopped playing Madden, man.
Nowadays, bro, if you ain't running them plays that everybody running, cause I watch a lot of YouTube now, so I see everybody basically running the same plays because the game don't know how to cover certain stuff.
Yeah, like them deep posts.
Yeah,
or you can just run trips bunch right.
Yeah,
and then start running stuff out of that, or you just run. I remember on Madden 25. All you had to do is run a stretch play to the outside.
Yeah.
Run everything to the outside and play with Seattle, and you're going to win the game. Or it'd be a tough game.
But yeah, because I ain't know nothing. Before I started being on YouTube a whole lot, I ain't never really realized I did like Madden community and shit like that. So I started watching a couple YouTube dudes, and you start seeing stuff. I'm like, oh, people out here actually, like, it's plays, like legit plays. That cats that just run the same plays over and over again because the game, you don't know how to cover it. And you get mad like, damn, why my people ain't doing it? And it ain't your fault. It's literally this game can't cover it.
Yeah,
niggas ain't smart enough to get rub routes and all that.
Yeah,
but that ain't none of our business. So speaking of business, we better go ahead and pay some bills and take care of some business. We'll be right back.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get Council on the Clutch off the ground, we had a lot of questions. How do we record an episode? How do we get our show into all the apps people like to listen? How do we monetize the podcast business? The one place for all of those needs was Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. Having the ability to distribute our podcast to various channels is clutch, and padding my pockets with advertisement revenue is never a bad thing. If you're wanting to start a podcast, there's only one place you should consider. Go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
All right, we appreciate Anchor. And like the ad says, we'd enjoy to hear y'all podcast as long as you listening to ours. But on a serious topic, we had an abortion law that passed in Alabama, one of the strictest laws in the country, in regards to abortion. What this law does, and it actually doesn't come into effect until November. But the law makes abortion illegal virtually in almost all cases. The law is only legalizes abortion in the fact that the pregnant person's life is at risk. And actually, a lot of people have hypothesized that this law was put into place in order to challenge the Supreme Court ruling that happened many decades ago, Roe versus Wade. And what that decision did was it allowed the legalization of abortion in America. And there have been many heated debates that have led to the exception of rape and incest, as far as that law coming into place. And actually that was supposed to be one of the exceptions in that law, as far as like rape and incest, an individual being raped and incest occurring, as far as being an exception to having that abortion occur. But it was actually denied as being an exception to that law. So I'd like to get you guys' thoughts on that law coming into place and what you guys think the future holds for that law as far as society and the effects of it.
First off, I think that law is beyond stupid. Um, you can't tell a woman what they supposed to do with their body,
Preach.
especially with like if you look at the legislators that's passing the law, it's a bunch of old white men. So they just passing laws at this point. I really think they passing laws just to fund their pockets. They didn't got a donation from some off wing charity or something, and they just got a deal where hey, we passed this law, we'll line your pockets with some bread. Um, I kind of read up on it a little bit, but the craziest part I seen was uh, part of the law that was passed. They talking about if a woman has a miscarriage, she could possibly go to jail for attempted murder or second degree murder if she's found guilty of causing the miscarriage. Like, but then it was some doctors talking about it, saying that you can't prove if a miscarriage is. There's nothing like scientifically proven of what causes a miscarriage, besides the fact that 20 to 40% of women have them.
Interesting.
It's stupid. The whole idea of it is dumb. A lot of people are trying to say that it's not as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. They're trying to say it as females are using abortions as basically a form of birth control. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. Well, I mean that's kind of private, but still, I don't know too many people that are just going out getting 5, 6, 7 abortions just because they got pregnant because they was having sex without any type of protection or any type of thing, stuff like that. So people that are using that as an excuse, I kind of find that to be a little crazy. And even I seen some statistics where I forgot what the number was. It was a high number to where that for the reason I think it was in Florida. They had basically I guess they asked you what's your reason of getting an abortion, and it's like a whole bunch of stuff. And I think it was like 91% was either said other or no answer or something like that. So basically, they was trying to use that as they were just using the getting an abortion as a form of birth control because they made a bad decision, quote unquote. Regardless of the fact that whatever decision that they made, I still feel like it's if she decides that's what she wants to do as a female, then that's what she does. And like Roy said, you got a bunch of old white dudes trying to dictate what females do to their body when they ain't got nothing to do with them. Meanwhile, half of them then got abortions from their secretaries that they then got knocked up on the low. And I forgot who it was. It was one. I don't know if he was a senator or he was somebody in one of the government cats. He was real anti-abortion. And then come to find out, he got some chick pregnant. He was trying to get her to have an abortion. And it's like they like I don't know if they get paid off of it. And Charlemagne Guy said something interesting, conspiracy theories wise, that if I think white women get the most abortions just because there's more white women than black women or any other race. So the less abortions they get, the more white people there will be. Which in case will push back the fact that America's turning more brown, basically.
Facts.
I believe it because it's crazy. Charlemagne, he actually be talking some real facts.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they said like 2050 or 2055, white people will be a minority. And if they become a minority, then voting wise, they out.
Well, that's the big thing. That's the big thing about building the wall and all that bullshit too, though. That's one of the underlying stories in that whole situation that people aren't really seeing, as far as what you just said. Legislators. I mean, because people at the end of the day, like you had to look at the the makeup of Congress. Like still to this day, like you said, a whole bunch of older white males in their what 50s, 60s, 70s, people who lived during the civil rights movement and so forth, and who were pretty much raised under the fundamentals of African Americans being, I don't want to say not people, but I mean that's how it
Yeah.
was looked at during that time. So a lot of them, for you to believe that majority of them have evolved their mindset to today's day and age would be ignorant, in my opinion. So it comes to no surprise that a lot of these type of legislative things are occurring. Um, what not necessarily surprises me, but what concerns me is that a lot of these things are happening on a state level, and that can get tricky as far as trying to overturn it or trying to block those type of situations from happening. That makes it even more imperative that we have young individuals of diverse ethnicities going into politics and legislation.
Yeah, and that was big. That just happened this past November with the election, where they brought in so many different, a lot of, especially female wise, a lot of different, a lot of younger cat individuals, a lot of females, and kind of pushing this whole different society type thing. That's why a lot of the Republicans are upset with Shorty from New York. I forgot her actual name, but they just call her AOC. Um, Mad at a lot of stuff she doing because she coming in with a whole bunch of ideas, and they trying to pass them off as she being what is it, a socialist and this, that, and the third. But it's just she coming with good ideas, like for the
I mean,
people.
that's the same thing that happened to
But they
Obama,
not.
bro. And I tell people, like when people ask me as far as like Obama, like how do I feel about him and his presidency, I say honestly, he was ahead of his time. He came way too early. Uh, and it sounds ignorant, but that's, in my opinion, that's the reality of that situation, and it's unfortunate that I have to see it as he came too early. But the world, like America, wasn't ready for that. We really weren't, bro.
By
Like
any
if he would
means.
have come,
No.
if he would have come in this next election, if he would have got elected for his first term, I feel like it would have been he would have been able to have the opportunity to have a much greater impact, and it would have been
I
accepted
agree.
a
I see
lot
what you're saying.
more as opposed to when he was in office and when he first got elected.
Especially, especially it would have been him following Trump, so he would have had a lot more
Oh,
free reign
facts.
because the stuff that they was getting on him about compared to what's going on now, and they just turning a blind eye. If he would have followed, they couldn't have said half the stuff they
Because
were
like right
saying.
now it's the opposite. It's almost like, oh yeah, Obama was doing this, so how are y'all upset about Trump doing it? Blah 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 blah. As far as like the opposite end of the spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
so it's almost like, yeah, like you said, it would have been to his benefit in that sense that he was coming after as opposed
Yeah,
to coming before.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Overall, like I say, it's crazy that let alone people feel so strongly about this. And they always say, especially back in the day when all America was founded, stuff that the government and all that stuff, they separating church from state. But when you're talking to people about this, abortion wise, everything goes back to God always. They always bring it back to God, but it's like you can't. The whole purpose was to separate church from state, so you're not putting religion into politics. But yet you're using this. abortion thing solely because of, oh, well, God said such and such and such and such. So I don't know, it's crazy. It's even more crazy that all these religious people are acting so holy now when the person they voted for is trash. He has nothing Christian about him at all.
Facts.
So I don't know, it's just timely when you use certain situations when it suits your agenda, and that this is one of those situations.
Absolutely.
So they just kind of rolling with it. They've been setting this up for a minute, trying to get all the judges into the Supreme Court, the conservative judges into the Supreme Court, so they can get the swing votes and all that, enough votes to pass it or to overturn Roe v. Wade, and they got that already situated. And all these court battles are going to end up going up to the Supreme Court. So it's going to be interesting because next year we're going into the election year again. So this is going to be a hot topic to see how the Democrats play it and how people feel about certain stuff. But like I said, it's all fun and games and people being against abortion until either something happens to your family member or you one of them old white dudes sleeping with your secretary and she get pregnant and you'd have been married for 40 years.
That went left quick.
I mean, that's real. Like, I mean, a lot of them, that shit didn't happen to a lot of them cats. You don't hear about it because it's on the low. Shorties didn't get paid off. Babies done been aborted and all that type stuff because they don't want to mess up their optics or they don't want to mess up how they're seen. But, it kind of is what it is.
Damn. Abortions are pretty common. Many people have had them and been involved in them.
But, on that note, we're going to slide over from talking about abortion to talking about how do y'all feel? This came up as a topic. It was the overall topic is talking about loaning people money. And like who do y'all determine loaning money to? How do you loan money? Like how do you expect to get your money back? Stuff like that. Like I started off just because it'd be easier. For people that I'm cool with, like legitly cool with, I throw you some money if you need it for some serious shit. If you out and you like, if you got a job and you just tricking off your money doing dumb stuff and then you can't pay your rent, then nah, you just out back on that note. That's something you gotta learn from. But like, if you out here struggling, you trying to make it, or something pop up that's crazy, and we that tight that I know you got me, then depending on how much, I ain't dropping like $1,000 on somebody or nothing like that. That's crazy. But if one of y'all niggas is like, hey bro, let me hold $100 till Friday. I need to do X, Y, and Z. I got you Friday. I ain't got no problem with that. Cause y'all not going nowhere. I know where all y'all mamas stay at. So we good.
Is that a threat though?
Nah, I mean, take it how you want. Nah, I'm sure. But I know we good. So how do y'all look at loaning people money?
To piggyback off what you said, shit, the credit companies, they be knowing all that shit, so why can't I? Word. But if it were to be someone that I'm not truly close with, dog, I need 6% back.
Damn, 6?
Hey, what's the give me what's the average turn on the stock market right now? And I'm gonna tell you that's what I need back, plus one.
Wow. Hey Q, you wouldn't loan me $1,000 though, Q?
It really genuinely depended on what you need $1,000.
If I just said I needed 1,000, I'd get it back to you when I get it. You wouldn't loan it to me?
Nah, I need way more detail than that.
Wow.
Yeah, I just need 1,000
because I know your financial situation. I know your financial situation. So if you need $1,000,
that's why you should know that if I ask for it, I need it.
Nah,
because if you need it, you ain't getting it back no time soon. Bro.
Yeah, exactly.
What you mean?
So I need to know what's going on.
You're not in need for $1,000.
I'm not about to be an accessory.
We're not about to have this conversation on air. So that's what we're not gonna do.
Hey, overall, I'm not gonna be an accessory to whatever you're doing with my money.
All
So
right.
I need to know what you're doing with my money. If you had a medical emergency and just something just what it is, then all right, I think I
As
can
long
make
as it
something
ain't for an
happen.
abortion.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, definitely not
exactly.
for that.
I'm not paying for anybody's
We would never.
abortions. No.
Not in this.
But anyways,
Not this group of young men.
Absolutely not.
yeah.
Way more upstanding citizens than that.
But back to talking about regular loaning people money and stuff. SB, you said your part, didn't
Huh?
you? Did you say your part?
Yeah, he said he wanted 75% back.
Oh yeah, he did. So he wanna that triple fold.
Shoot, I ain't even gonna wail on y'all boys. I tell people no all the time. If it ain't y'all or like my brother or my sister or somebody that's legitimately close to me, I'm broke. I ain't got it. I tell you no, and not feel not one bit of bad about it.
Yeah, that's basically. I think that's what everybody on the same
think
page.
Also, I'm a kind person, so like if somebody need it and I know they need it, I'm gonna just give them the bread. I won't even look for it back, but I'm not gonna give it out unless I know my situation straight at my own house.
That's how it should be.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts. Oh,
but if I got bills and something in order, and you out back, if we ain't really family, and everybody that family ain't family, y'all know what I mean.
You never say less. Say less.
You feel me? So I'll be quick. But I understand. I mean, and also I think the people that I'm willing to give money to, if they ask me, I know they asking for a reason.
True.
Cause like if one of y'all was to come to me, y'all ain't coming to me off the strength just cause you legitimately asking cause it's something that happened.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bam, out of pocket. Here we go. I ain't like Q. I ain't gonna ask too many questions. I'm just gonna ask when you paying it back.
Nah, I need to know.
See, you know,
because I need to know because first of all we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna have a little heart to heart and why are you in this situation?
See, Q want to be Dr. Phil and shit. I don't want to know your
100%.
business.
Nah, I need to know your business.
Nah,
I ain't giving you my money and I don't know what's going on.
I don't want to know your business. I'm like,
Loan officer
man,
walk
load
over
it out,
there,
but I
man.
need it back.
Hey.
Shoot,
I ain't gonna hit you over the head for. I ain't gonna hit you over the head for 300%.
Listen, he owed me like $500, and it's almost been a year.
Oh, and hell no.
Nah. I knew the situation. When I looked the bread out, I knew the situation, so I already knew. I put a timetable on it, but it won't like oh I gotta have it. I kind of knew that it was gonna be a minute before I got it back.
True that.
But I will say he a good friend of mine. Like I trust him. So I know he ain't gonna hold me, but I also know he can't just drop it like back in my account at the moment, like right now.
Roberts, I don't loan niggas money. Bye.
There you go.
100%. 100%.
That's why when you rich like that.
He too busy making enhancements in the basement.
Rich people don't loan people money. That's how they stay rich. Ain't that right, Cal?
Yeah.
Nah, man. I'm not rich at all. But
Cal making a donation to the foundation. You are too, SP, by the way. But don't forget.
All of us making donations. So what you mean?
Yeah, no rush, but just when you do.
Oh, so we talked about this before.
Yeah, I know. So I know y'all get y'all money in the right place.
But no, for me to loan you money, I'm definitely going to be CSI. I'm asking questions. I don't think I would do the SP with the interest, but I really don't see myself. It's not too many people in the world that I would loan money to. Nah, you won't.
Nah, you serious on the low.
You won't.
I said 6%, but 2%.
I really meant 3.5.
I can live with 2%.
3.5.
Shit, you can own 2% on the savings.
But nah, yeah, honestly, I don't really see myself out here just loaning money to anyone. You really got to be. When I say family, I mean like my mom, my sisters. That's probably farthest out I go with that. Like as far as family, friends wise, probably y'all. That's about it. No offense to anybody else out there, but thankfully I never had anybody just come up to me and ask me for the money.
Y'all not his real friends. That's what he's saying.
Nah, I just I don't know where everybody mama live at, and that's a threat. So no, I'm joking now. But no, on some real, I don't know. Thankfully, I haven't been in that situation to really have to say to no. But yeah, I don't see myself outside of y'all and my immediate family loaning any money out.
In this situation, talking about loaning money, it's more so talking about like big money. Because there have been situations where
What's big? What
I'm
is
talking
considered
about
big?
like a couple $100 type situation.
Oh, you
When you
got
say a
money.
couple, you mean 2 or do you mean 5?
Anywhere between 2 and 1,000 type money.
Wow.
Well,
Right, somebody asked me for a G, they're not getting
between
that.
Between
Between
100 and 1,000.
Yeah, I think my mom is like the only person I probably just give a G. On some real. Like, if anything else, I'm like, I can give you some, but I ain't give you the whole thing.
I don't even think I'd give my mama a stack. She got to tell me. I really need it. If I give her a stack, I really need to know what it's for.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be more prone to tell my mom than anybody else. Anybody else, you're gonna have to get a fraction of that and ask somebody else for the rest.
I drop my mama a stack, and next thing I know, she in the skybox at a concert.
And hey, Anita Baker, man, she needs to see
it. But
she be hustling me for real.
It'd have been situations where niggas been like, "Hey, we about to get these tickets to this. We about to go to this party or something." And somebody like, "Hey, bro, I ain't got it right now," or "I don't get paid till Friday." We like, "Nah, we need to get these shits now." So I drop an extra dub on the ticket for somebody. We cool like that though.
I mean, niggas been doing that since high school.
Baby. Yeah. I mean, situations like that, or a nigga be like, "Bro, I ain't got nothing to eat," type shit, or I'm broke. Especially in college when won't nobody hardly working for real. In situations like that, so I wouldn't categorize that as whole lending money per se, because in those situations I ain't looking for it back.
No, that's more so I got you.
Yeah, like,
that's more so I got
good.
you.
I got you. It ain't that deep, but
if niggas planning on going to Hawaii and nigga be like, yo, I can't pay for my ticket. You back.
You just can't go. You just can't go. I can't hold you. I can't hold you for a Hawaii ticket because clearly you need to be at work.
Now, if niggas was going down to Charlotte or something and he ain't got no gas money, you straight.
It's
a difference.
Ride with me, we good.
It's a difference.
Buy me a couple drinks at the bar, we good. Let's call it even.
Nigga need a little bit for the trip to Atlanta. I got you, but nah, ain't too many people out here getting some bread from me. I'm sorry.
Nah, yeah. But side note from all of that, outside of before we wrap this up, the young boy, Old Town Road kid, he got a deal with Wranglers.
Oh, they mad about that.
And they is hot.
Wrangler on my booty.
Bro, I was listening to this shit, listening to it on the radio, bro. Cass is out here really upset about this. I'm like, why y'all mad at this man? Only reason I can fathom outside of being racist that they mad is because I'm pretty sure Wrangler's jeans price is gonna go up like Levi's did.
Yeah.
That's the Brett Favre and Dale Earnhardt Jr. ain't had the prices going up.
That's the only reason I can see people being upset, but they not upset that they upset that he black because they racist.
Is Cats really gonna go cop Wranglers down though?
But no, the thing is, it's not gonna be like no regular Wrangler though, because you can buy regular Wranglers at Walmart.
Niggas are gonna. I'm telling you, bro. Niggas is gonna go out and do it. People are really like, I don't know what to call it. Huh?
The song fire.
Yeah, they dropped the video too. That shit was pretty cool.
I ain't see that. I gotta go check that out.
Yeah, but yeah, just the fact that Cats was really like upset. One dude, I forgot what he said. He was like, I think he said country music ain't country no more, or something like that. It's like
that's how we feel about everything we create.
Facts.
But they don't want to talk about that.
Nah, they chilling.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about that.
But I don't know. I thought that was crazy. Just the fact that they was mad. He out here making money.
I mean, it's always like that. They'll take a dance, but they won't allow us to try it, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just about anything, you know, because once we put our hands on it, it's almost guaranteed to turn to gold at some point.
Oh yeah, you know it's selling.
Yeah, something gonna happen. We're gonna make something shake with it now.
Yeah, you can see a lot of cowboy hats this summer at the pool.
I was gonna do that anyway. That's just how I am.
This nigga,
you already know. Summertime gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah.
SP like what y'all talking about? SP been on that.
What? Oh. Well, you was the original country cowboy.
From the way back.
When 2K wouldn't even connect to the internet out there. You just joined the party to talk
play
to
now.
us.
All you got is play now.
Man.
Nah, yeah, my damn bandwidth was trash.
Oh, we know. we mid game and you talk about I'm loading up.
This nigga SP used to be like, yo, I'm on the court. Like, nah, nigga, you not. Yo, I see y'all niggas. No, we don't see you, nigga. The ball would be floating around like, yo.
Hell yeah.
Who gonna guard SP? I can't see that nigga. Oh, man. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up, man. This is a short episode, man. We started a little bit late. We'll get back to our lengthy episodes at some point later now. But we appreciate y'all. And Q, do your little thing, man. You know.
Hey, make sure y'all follow us on Facebook, too, by the way.
Instagram, Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. All that. Appreciate y'all checking in.
Neighborhood Watch.
Episode 19, which is crazy because, you know.
We on Flickr. We on Twitter.
This guy.
We on Backpage.
Whoa,
I say catch us counseling the clutch.
They shut
SP runs that one.
They actually shut Backpage down, but
how you know that?
I was told.
Oh, all right.
Grapevine.
My sources tell me.
Crazy. But yeah, we appreciate y'all checking in with us. Episode 19. We're coming up with 20 episodes next week.
Crazy.
Which is
Actually, if y'all want to be real about the jump, we like on episode 23.
Yeah.
Well,
But
we're
talking about we just talking about straight episodes. Which is crazy. Consistency is here. And we already got certain famous podcasts checking in on us on the low. They don't want to say nothing about it though, but it's all good.
Hey Joe, we coming for that spot, man.
Hey, all I know is I got to give me a fedora and a fedora hat case. You know.
Uh-oh. I ain't watched one of Joe episodes in a minute. I'm gonna have to listen to tomorrow because I know they're gonna steal some of our topics.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're gonna be talking about loaning niggas money tomorrow.
Joe Budden, he really don't want this smoke with us, but we're gonna let them industry cats have it. Cause Rory, I'm the real Rory. Just in case you didn't know.
You the real Kappa too?
You feel me? I'm a new, by the way. He a Kappa. I ain't gonna get into all that though.
I've never once heard him say he was a noob either. That's funny.
Hey, make sure you drop this on the show, cuz I need this part. Rory, I'm the real Rory. And change your Instagram name. I need that, by the way.
This man trying to take his Instagram page up.
I need it, bro. He false flagging.
What's his IG?
The real Rory.
Oh.
Fake ass nigga.
Oh, he's not a nigga.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Fake ass Caucasian.
All right, so get off the personal shots now. I appreciate y'all, man. We out.